I'm Jared Haynes, and this is Rogue Outdoors. Today I'm excited to talk to you about what may be the most exciting bow I've filmed on this channel to date, and that is the Great Northern Field Bow. For $490, this might be the best high-end budget traditional bow on the market. To start this video off, I want to talk about the Field Bow's specs, then we're going to cover the price right before heading out to the range and shooting some arrows. For being a pretty simple bow, there is quite a few specs that I want to cover on it, so let's go ahead and dive into those. You're looking at a 60-inch overall length on this bow. It's the only way that you can order it. You can get it in a 25 to 45 pound limb, and that's going to be in 5-pound increments. And then those draw lengths are measured at 28 inches of draw. You can choose black, green, or brown glass. As you can see here, we obviously have the green glass option, and I think it just looks absolutely beautiful, especially when it's contrasting the Osage riser that these come in, and then they have a bamboo core limb. For the grip, you've got a couple options. Well, you have one, it's going to be a standard straight grip, and then when you come to weight, you're looking at about 2.8 pounds, which is an absolute feather in the hand when you get to feel this thing. It is unreal how light it feels. And then your last option is going to be, do you want 3-finger under or a split-fingered tiller? The last topic I want to cover on the field bow before we head outside is going to be that price. So for just at under about $500, this thing is phenomenal. This is a bow that can compete with the very high-end models, but when it compares to almost any other budget option on the market, this thing absolutely blows it away. The build quality is amazing. As you're going to see here in a minute, the shot, sound, feel, performance of this thing is awesome for the money. It is a little bit stiffer of a draw with the Reflex D-Flex longbow limb. However, that gains a lot of speed compared to budget longbows in particular and budget recurves. By having a bow that you don't have to worry about it delaminating or falling apart, which many budget bows, the question isn't if it'll break, it's kind of more of when it will break or delaminate, have those kind of issues. And with a Great Northern, that is not an issue or something that you have to worry about. So for $500, this is an easy recommendation. Now we're going to go ahead and head out to the range and shoot 5 arrows and cover 5 topics on this bow. We're back at 16 yards and we're going to throw some arrows. We're going to shoot 6 arrows but cover our typical 5 topics. So the first one is going to be arrow tune. So when it comes to arrows, I've got traditional Easton Axis right here, 100 grain insert with 175 up front. This is shooting awesome. I've got the Three Rivers traditional only with 100 grain and a 175. And then I've also got these Victory arrows. They're the Blackout SX3 Hunter, but Victory makes them for Cabela's. Those have a 100 grain insert, 125 up front, and they're shooting awesome as well. So overall, this bow can handle quite a few different arrows. So that's the first part. Let's go ahead and throw this one down there. And this is going to lead into our second topic, which is sound. I want you to listen to this arrow. I'm going to shoot it split finger and up at the black target. When you shoot this split finger, it's like dead silent. It's like nothing. It is impressive. Now, I've switched to pretty much shooting 3 under on all the bows. So when we get to that sound topic, let's shoot one now. And this one is going to be 3 under, the traditional only. So pretty much same arrow as that other one. And this one has, best way I can describe it, like a piece of wood sound, just a little twig, I guess you'd say. It's a pretty cool sound. Just a little ting, really, really nice. I like the sound of that. Now, grip on this is another really interesting topic. So the grips on longbows for me is a really hard topic. I've sprained this wrist where I have a hard time getting it back at that bent angle. However, the field bow has had a phenomenal feel. They really flatten this back edge off here, which makes it to where I get a really nice, just easy wrist bend, and it doesn't kink at any point. Basically, my wrist and hand is fully supported all the way down the grip, which that makes it to where I really have a good feel. Now, this bow does like, it's doesn't like as much if your hand is perched up like this. It really prefers you to be down into that whole grip to get that steady feel. So let's throw this one down there. Okay, now next one I want to talk about is going to be the shot feel in hand. So the shot feel is incredible off the field bow. This thing just sits. A lot of long bows that I've shot want to kind of jump out of the hand a little bit. And this is one of the deadest bows. Now, on that same topic with shot feel is going to be the topic of weight. So this one at 41 pounds does feel like a heavier draw than other 41-pound bows that I've shot. If you see, I got a little bit of a shake to it. I'm rebuilding my shoulder and stuff back up to shooting. And so right now on like my Black Widow bows, I'm at a 40-pound draw, and that I can settle into comfortably. This one, I have just a tiny bit of shake to it. I don't know if that's due to just the shorter brace height that this longbow likes to run, but the shot feel is amazing, super dead in hand, but the draw is a little bit stiffer. But with that stiffness comes really good speed for a longbow. And a really nice group. Usability on this guy is going to be my last topic that I want to cover. And this thing being so light makes it just a perfect use scenario for so much stuff. Really skinny, thin profile. It's a bow because of its price, being at around that like $500. You can really get out there and shoot all sorts of different shots and not have to worry. What happens if your arrow is a little bit, or your bow, you know, hits the ground or chips or something like that? Like, obviously you don't want to beat this thing up, but it is cheaper than, you know, other high-end bows on the market, and yet it shoots really close to them and has just that amazing lightweight feel. So this is a bow I feel like will go out in the field a lot with you. And then the last arrow, because of the 6, I just want to touch on that sound one more time. It's such a unique sound when you're shooting the 3 fingers under, just that kind of a little click. So let's throw one more down there at the deer. Let's go up, take a look at those, and finish this video out. Well, let me give you some of my final thoughts on the Great Northern Field Bow. So it is an amazing shooter. It feels great. The build quality is definitely there. The grip surprised me tremendously. Great grip. I loved how that had just a perfect flat back little strap on there, which really lets you get that hand in there placed. And it's one of the first longbows in a long time I've been able to shoot and not get wrist discomfort. It's extremely dead in hand, which for a bow that is so light, I mean, this thing, I just can't stress enough how crazy light it feels in the hand. It doesn't jump at all. It's able to shoot good arrows. It does like a heavier tip, the 175, like 150 grain tip, along with like 100 grain brass insert is preferred on this. But it shoots great. I've only had this one. It's a buddy of mine that I'm borrowing his to be able to review this. And so I've only had it for a few days now. And my grouping is getting pretty solid on it with the 41 pounds, 500 grains, 28 3/4 arrow back at where we were just shooting 16 yards. My point is basically aiming right down here around the knee joint. So my point on has been basically back at about 26-ish yards on this bow as I've been experimenting with it. And so that's awesome. I mean, a really great speed ratio off this longbow. And then, like I said, the looks on it, it is just so pretty. I don't like to call this a cheap bow at that $500 price, but it's definitely cheaper than, you know, some other custom bows that are going to be, you know, well over $1,000. So when you look between like Sage Samix or some of those entry bows, yes, this is going to be probably about $200 more expensive, but you're getting the longevity, an amazing shot, a lot more beautiful bow in my opinion. I mean, it's just really, really cool. So I hope this video helped you answer or learn a little bit about the field bow and if it might be the right choice for you. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel for more content like this coming out soon. Thank you very much for watching.